How's it going, guys? Today I went to an auction in Shipshewana, Indiana, and this is a very hard auction to buy, to resell. All the dealers that set up to sell their stuff are resellers, and they have the right to not sell the items. So if the bids don't get high enough, they can actually pull the items out. So as you saw in that footage, it's a very, very busy auction. So you have resellers selling stuff, and you have resellers bidding on stuff. Probably half the people there are resellers. So to come across good deals, it's pretty hard, and your margins are definitely a lot smaller. On top of that, some of my friends were there who are also resellers. So we kind of split on what we're going to bid on, so we don't bid each other up. So this is what I picked up today. It was all toys. The watches I showed sold for basically eBay prices. There was nothing there that I wanted for my personal collection, and there was no money to be made in reselling the stuff. So I ended up spending quite a bit of money today for what I'm showing you. End up spending $262 on basically die-cast cars, 1/64 scale, Hot Wheels and Matchbox. So this first box I paid $45 for, and generally these type of cars, you know, from the 70s and 80s, bring plus or minus $10 each. So there's a total of 15 cars here. And I didn't look any of these up when I bid. I just kind of knew what they may or may not bring, you know, about 10 bucks a piece. So I was hoping, you know, some of these might bring a lot more money than that. And I think this one might be a surprise. I looked this one up and could not find the exact car on eBay. Again, this is a new old stock. Probably from the 60s. And I'm not sure if this car will bring, you know, $15 on eBay or $100. Just depends on the bidders. And looks like the General Lee and the Boss Hog, those are probably $15 cars. And looked up this one. This is probably going to be another good one. This Greyhound bus. The card has it's been slightly opened, but not all the way. That's probably a $40 car right here. So that's going to be a pretty good box there for $45. And end up picking up these. I like to pick up new old stock whenever I can. End up paying $12.50 each on these. And this one sold on eBay on a very nice card for $50. As you can see, the card is pretty beat up. But I figured buying both for $25, I'll probably list that as $49 and list them both together and see how it goes. Now, I usually don't like to buy things blind, but I ended up picking up this, and I had no idea. I had no idea what was inside. This auction, there's 6 auctioneers going at one time, and I got there about 45 minutes before the auction started. It's about an hour trip for me, so I didn't have a chance to go to every single booth and look at everything. And I happened to be walking by, and they held this car up and they said Redlines. So I didn't even get a chance to look at them, and I just bid it blind. I could tell there was probably like 25 cars in there. And you know, generally, even junky Redlines, I've told you guys in the past, bring about $5 a piece on eBay if you sell them as a lot. So I took a chance on them. So I ended up paying $175 for the box. So this is what was in there. Again, I think I'll do all right. It's not a home run, but this was what was in there. These are probably some of the better cars. There's a custom Firebird. Paint's pretty nice on that. You can see the previous owner had probably these in his shop, antique store. And a Mercedes-Benz, decent paint. This one's going to be a dud. This is a reproduction made in China, so that's pretty much worthless. Maybe $1. Tom McEwen funny car. There's I think 3 of those. And this is probably the worst condition one. Again, cars like this are probably, $10 to $15 each. All depends on the condition. This will probably be another decent one. This will probably be a $15, $20 car. It's a Maverick. Yeah, it's a Maverick. This did have the trailer with it. Not in the best of condition. So this is another dud. This is a 77. Nothing really special about it. It's not a Redline. And he had $20 as a retail price. This is probably a $2 car. This is a Farbs, and these are pretty collectible. It's probably a $20 car, so $15, $20. And probably the best one is going to be this. I did some research on this. I found none on eBay that had the decals on it. They look to be factory decals, but there was none on eBay exactly like this. So it's a custom AMX. Like I did a quick research on eBay, and like I said, I could not find this exact same car. So I don't know if this is a $20 car or a $120 car. So a big chunk of the money back on all these might come from just this car alone. So these are some of the rest of the cars. It's probably a $25 truck right there, since the paint is really nice. Again, I normally don't like to buy stuff blind, but from doing this enough, when they said they're vintage Redlines and I saw the quantity, I took a chance. Do a wristwatch check. Previous people have asked about what wristwatches I wear. This is a, today I'm wearing a 1987 Casio. Again, this was like a garage sale find. So these are my pickups for today. I'm going to do a lot of sales this weekend. A lot of garage sales start around me. And there's 2 estate sales. So whatever I'll find, I'll show you guys. Have a good one.